The level of violence that we've seen over the last 3 days is unacceptable.
A violent spike in crime this past weekend in Oakland as 4 people lost their lives to gun violence in 48 hours.
So it hits me in the heart, I live in this community, I teach in this community, I'm concerned about the loss of life, I'm concerned about the uptick in violence, and I'm just concerned about the overall safety and well-being of the citizens in the city of Oakland.
Today, Deputy Chief LaRon Armstrong spoke with residents living in areas affected by violent crime, while community resource officers canvass neighborhoods looking for additional clues.
Bullets don't have names, and that these young people are adults, are seniors, all the people in our community that could be potentially at risk when people indiscriminately fire weapons in our community. It has to stop. We need people to put guns down and understand that when you fire them, you potentially could hurt anybody.
The city's also seen more than 300 shootings this year.
This is causing a traumatic impact on our community because people live in fear of another shooting occurring, and we're responding to it. You'll see increased presence in these areas where shootings have occurred. You'll see officers doing follow-up and walking around in our community trying to respond to these shootings, trying to follow up on investigations.
We're here 24/7. My investigators respond to, the homicides, the shootings that occur, or any other major crimes that occur in the city of Oakland. They get called back. So sometimes they're here working, 24 hours, 36 hours.
We will be using the FBI and other federal resources to support our investigative follow-up, that we will be working with the DEA to analyze additional evidence, that the ATF, when we recover firearms, we just want to use every resource available to us to address these issues and to help drive down this violence, to send a clear message to those that are using guns in our community that we're going to do everything we can to remove those guns from our community and reduce this violence.
So far this year, more than 700 guns related to crimes were removed from our streets. That's nearly a 30% increase over the same time last year.
To all those that have been using firearms in our community, that the guns need to go down, that our community needs to be safe, and that we will hold people accountable.
We have a very laser-focused investigative process where we're ensuring that we're using all the latest technology, and we're collaborating with other entities such as the DEA or FBI, just to try to come up with some identification of the people who continue to, be involved in these acts of violence.
We want to make sure that our community knows we're here, that we care, that we're responding, and that we're using every resource that we can that's available to us. And that it's not just an OPD response, that it's a city response, that the Department of Violence Prevention is working with us, that our ceasefire team is working with us, that Reverend Demita, our ceasefire director, is mobilizing our clergy community to come out. We will continue to do our night walks. We understand that this is a time for us all to come together collectively. We need people to put these weapons down, and we need our community members to know something, to say something. Let us know. Call in. We all want to be safe. This is about working together with the same goal of living in a safe community where people can live and thrive and be free of violence.